Hey guys, it's Jake here with eTrailer. Today we have a 2020 Chevy Blazer. We're going to be taking a look at, and I'm going to show you how to install the eTrailer Class 3 2-inch hitch receiver. This hitch is going to be installed underneath, so it's going to mount up behind your bumper. And what's nice about it is that it's going to utilize the opening that your vehicle comes with. So when you're not using your hitch, you can throw this cover back on and you won't even see it. We're going to have a 2-inch by 2-inch opening, which is going to accept a lot of different accessories to haul bike racks, cargo carriers, or maybe even pull a small trailer. You'll have a 5/8-inch hitch pin hole, which will accept a hitch pin and clip. What I have noticed is if you try to put the pin in from this side, it won't work so well. So if you put it in from the driver's side, you should have no problem getting that pin and clip in place. The hitch does not come with a pin and clip, but you can pick one up off our website, or chances are if you pick up an accessory, it's going to come with one. We'll have our safety chain loops. In the case that you want to tow a trailer, you can hook your safety chain loops right on there. It's going to fit many different sizes, as you can see, to be able to get that trailer down the road safely. Now some measurements so you know what you're getting. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost part of our bumper is about 5.5 inches. You want to use that measurement when comparing it to accessories that fold up to the back of the vehicle. If you watch some of our videos on those accessories, they're going to give you a measurement from the center of the hitch pin hole to the closest part of the accessory, and that'll tell you whether or not that accessory is going to fit your vehicle. From the ground to the top inside of the receiver tube, it's about 17 inches. That is more than enough ground clearance, so you shouldn't have to worry about any bike racks or cargo carriers dragging on the ground, but that'll also help you determine whether or not you're going to need a rise or a drop ball mount to tow your trailer. Now, one of the biggest things that's going to separate the eTrailer hitch from the other hitches available for the Blazer is that it's going to have a triple carbide matte black powder coat finish, which in our experience is a very, very tough paint job, so it should last you for a really long time. I also like how it matches a lot of the black plastic accents on the back of our Blazer. If you plan on towing a trailer, this hitch is going to be rated for 750 pounds max tongue weight, whether you're using it with weight distribution or not. If you're not using weight distribution, your max gross trailer weight rating will be 5,000 pounds. And if you are using it with weight distribution, it's going to bump that up to 6,000 pounds. If you plan on pulling a trailer, I would highly recommend getting the wiring installed while you're doing the hitch, because the wiring factory plugs are going to be right up behind this bumper. In fact, when we're doing the hitch, you can see the plugs up there behind the bumper. Now that we've gone over some of those details, let's go ahead and show you how to get it installed. To begin our installation, we're going to have two T15 Torx bit screws that we'll have to remove. These are just the bumper support. We'll put these back in when we're finished, but it'll give us some space to be able to get that hitch lifted up past these supports. Now we're going to have to take a strap. If you have a camp buckle strap or a ratchet strap, whichever, you just want to put a loop from each spring underneath our exhaust, because we're going to have to lower it to get our hitch up into place. If you're using a ratchet strap, do not crank down too hard because you could damage the springs. But we'll have one exhaust hanger on each side above our tips here, and then one up here a little further. We already removed this one, so now we need to work on the back ones. The rear ones, we don't have enough flexibility in the exhaust to be able to pull these out of these hangers, so we'll have to take the two 15mm head bolts out of this bracket. We need to fish wire our hardware into our frame rail. We're going to start by putting the coiled end of our wire through our furthest forward hole in our frame. The instructions are going to tell you to use this access hole. I can tell you it's not big enough to fit the hardware, so don't use it. Luckily, we can go through the end of our frame rail back here. So if you reach up behind, you feel for the spring, pull it through. Now, at the other end, put a bend in it so that it doesn't pull back up through the hole. Then we'll take our spacer block, slide that on first, followed by our carriage bolt. We'll thread that on, grab the other end of our fish wire, feed our hardware up into the frame, and then pull it out down through the hole. We're going to repeat that same process for this hole here, this hole, and then the same 3 holes on the passenger side of the vehicle. With an extra set of hands, we'll take these fish wires, feed them down through the appropriate holes in the hitch. And then we can pull this plastic back on our fascia to be able to slide it up past it. There we go. Snug up our hardware. Now we'll come back with a torque wrench and torque our hardware to the specifications in the instructions. We'll lift our exhaust back up into place. We're gonna put these hangers back up into place, and we'll slide our bolts back in. We'll take the 2 screws that we removed and put those back up into place. Once you get everything fastened up properly, you can remove your panel and start using your hitch. Hopefully this video helped you decide whether or not the eTrailer Class 3 2-inch hitch receiver is right for you and your 2020 Chevrolet Blazer.